everyone, today we will discuss about isomerism and its types in detail, which is prescribed in GNDU syllabus of BSc semester 3rd Medical, Non-Medical and Computer Science, paper Organic Chemistry. Isomerism is the combination of two words, iso and mers, in which iso means same and mers means parts. According to the definition of isomers, the compounds which have the same molecular formula but different properties are known as isomers, and this phenomena is known as isomerism. The difference in their properties is due to their arrangement of atoms. Isomerism is further classified in two types, structural isomerism and stereoisomerism. Structural isomerism is further classified into 6 categories, that is given below: chain isomerism, position isomerism, functional isomerism, ring chain isomerism, metamerism, and keto-enol tautomerism. Similarly, stereoisomerism is also classified in 2 categories, geometrical isomerism and optical isomerism. Now we will discuss about structural isomerism first and then about stereoisomerism. Structural isomerism is that type of isomerism which is due to the difference in the arrangement of atoms, but the condition is that the compounds have the same molecular formula. The first type of structural isomerism is chain isomerism. As the name suggests, that this isomerism must be having the same molecular formula, but there is a difference in the chain lengths. As you can see from the example, the first compound is N-butane. N-butane shows the chain length in longer terms. N-butane, in case of N-butane, the carbons are arranged in a linear way, and in case of isobutane, carbons are arranged in the branched form, but both of them have the same molecular formula C4H10. Next type is position isomerism. Also, the position suggests that there must be the difference in the position of atoms, but the molecular formula will remain same. According to the definition, you can say if 2 or more compounds with the same molecular formula have different positions occupied by atoms or groups attached to the carbon, then those compounds comes under the category of position isomerism. For example, below you can see both of the molecules have the molecular formula C3H7 and Cl, but there is difference in the point of attachment of chlorine atom in case of N-propyl chloride and isopropyl chloride. In case of N-propyl chloride, the chloride atom is attached with the terminal carbon, but in case of isopropyl chloride, chlorine is attached with the second carbon. Now let us move to the third one. Third is functional isomerism. So functional isomerism describes about those isomers which having same molecular formula, but there is a difference among the functional group attached with the compounds, and this gives the difference in the physical and chemical properties of the compounds. In case of ethyl alcohol, the hydroxyl group is attached to the chain of carbon atoms. So here you can say the functional group alcohol is present, but in case of dimethyl ether, the oxygen is present at the center, and you can say the functional group here is ether, but both of them are having the same molecular formula, that is C2H6O. Next is metamerism. Metamerism is that type of isomerism which arises due to the difference in the distribution of carbon atoms on either side of the functional group. But similarly here, the condition of molecular formula also applies. The molecular formulas will remain same in both the compounds, but the number of carbons on either side of the functional group will change. For example, in case of diethyl ether and methyl propyl ether, both of them represents the pair of metamers. Both of them having same molecular formula of C4H10O, but their number of carbon varies. As you can see in the example of diethyl ether, two carbons are attached on both sides of the oxygen atom, but in case of methyl propyl ether, on the one side of the oxygen atom there is only one carbon, but on the other side of the oxygen atom there are three carbon atoms present. Fifth one is the ring chain isomerism. As the name suggests that the molecular formula will also remain same in this category, but the difference arises in their structures. And the difference of the structure goes on like this, that in one compound of propene, you can say, for example, the carbons exist in chain form, but in case of cyclopropane, all these three carbons are arranged in the form of chain. As you can see here, I have given the example of propene and cyclopropane, both of them having the same molecular formula of C3H6, but they are having the difference in their structures. One is arranged in a chain manner and the another one is arranged in ring form. Next type of structural isomerism is tautomerism. In general, we discuss about keto-enol tautomerism in this isomerism. In this isomerism, the point of attachment of hydrogen varies, but similarly here, the molecular formula will remain same. As you can see in the examples, I have shown the keto form of acetyl acetone and also enolic form of acetyl acetone. There is the difference of point of attachment of hydrogen, which I have represented with an arrow in the example. Both of these compounds are isomers of each other and in dynamic equilibrium with each other. Next type of isomerism is stereoisomerism. Till now we have discussed about the structural isomerism, in which the molecular formula of the compounds remains same, but there is a difference in their structures. Now we will discuss about stereoisomerism. In stereoisomerism, the point which differs is the only difference in their arrangement of atoms in space, and the study of such compounds is called as stereochemistry. Stereoisomers are also classified in two types, optical isomers and geometrical isomers. Optical isomers arises due to the difference on the effect of plane polarized light. The compounds have the same properties, physical and chemical properties you can say, but their difference arises only on the effect of the polarized light, that how they rotate the plane polarized light. Optical isomers is of two types, enantiomers and diastereomers. In the figure, I have shown how could you convert the unpolarized light into the polarized light with the help of a polarizer. Now let us study about enantiomers and diastereomers. Enantiomers are those isomers which have the same molecular structures, but they are non-superimposable mirror images of each other. For example, I have given here 2-chlorobutane. In first structure, 2-chlorobutane, The first structure and second structure, both of them are mirror images of each other. But when I place the mirror image of the compound on the compound, they are non-superimposable with each other. So those compounds which are non-superimposable mirror images of each other, and also they rotate the plane polarized light in the opposite direction, these isomers comes under the category of enantiomers, and the whole phenomena is known as enantiomerism. I can show you with the example of my hands. If I place my one hand on the another like this, both of these hands shows non-superimposable images of each other. So I can say that my hands are the example of non-superimposable mirror images, as you can see in the example of the compound, that is 2-chlorobutane. Now let us move to the next one, that is diastereomers. Diastereomers are also type of stereoisomerism, I can say, but there is no mirror image relationship among each other. As in the example, you can see the first compound and second compound are the non-superimposable mirror images of each other. So I can say that first and second compound are enantiomers of each other. Similarly, in case of compound third and compound fourth, both of them are also non-superimposable mirror images of each other. So I can say that first and second compound and third and fourth compound. First, second are enantiomers of each other. Third, fourth are enantiomers of each other. But what about first and third compound? Second and fourth compound? Second and third compound? The compounds which I have mentioned now do not have any kind of mirror image relationship among each other. So they comes under the category of diastereomers. As you can see here, at the bottom I have written that compound first and third are diastereomers, compound first and fourth are diastereomers, compound second and third are diastereomers, and similarly compound second and fourth are diastereomers. Last but not the least is geometrical isomerism. Geometrical isomerism arises among those molecules which are having the same structural formula, but they differ only in their relative arrangement, in fact relative spatial arrangement of atoms about the double bonds. And this phenomena is called as geometrical isomerism. Geometrical isomerism have further two classification of cis and trans geometrical isomerism. The compound can be said to be in cis form if the same group of atoms are arranged with a doubly bonded carbon on the same side. Similarly, in case of trans isomers, the same group is attached on the opposite side of the doubly bonded carbons. That is all about isomerism and its types. I hope this video will help you to learn more. Thank you.